Hello and welcome to Made with Love by Sarah, take 2. I think we are not on YouTube, but we are on Facebook. Can anybody hear me? Can anybody see me? I've dyed my hair and put makeup on, so I hope you can see me. Let me know if you can. It says I'm live, so please let... Oh, Michaela, can you see me? Can you hear me? Hello? Hello? We are not on YouTube. We had to cancel everything and start again, and it takes too long to do YouTube and Facebook. Yes, there is no signal now. Is that there is no signal or there is signal, Michaela?
Yeah, Michaela can see we're back.
Michaela can see we're back. Cool. Sorry about that, everybody. I'll delete that YouTube one because that's just 4 minutes of me panicking.
Michelle says, yes, she can hear you.
Hi, Michelle. Sorry, we've had some technical difficulties, but my technical advisor was on hand.
That's me, by the way.
And here we are, ready to start.
Michaela says, yes, I can see there is no signal now.
Yeah. So I'll just give people a couple of minutes just to get back on and find us. And I will talk about, that's what I'll do. I'll show you what we're going to make. So we're going to make this diorama card. So it stands up like that. Yeah, Michaela, the one day you was early and I was rushing. Anyway, I got my hair done. So it will fold flat to go in an envelope, but the flowers still stick out. So it would be difficult to post, I think. So I think this one needs to be hand delivered. So it stands up on its own. You did, didn't you, Michaela? You did make that sound harder. So this card... Hi, Sarah. Hope you've had a good day, darling. So this is the back so that you can write your message on and your sentiment. But I haven't put anything on it because I don't know what occasion it's going to be for. So that's what we're going to make today. I've got a couple of other examples. And I will show you them just to give everybody a chance to get back on. So this is made with daisies. Same card, stands up on its own. This one, because the daisies are a bit flatter, this one would push into an envelope, and I just popped with love on the back because again I don't know what, there's room to put a sentiment in at the top, happy birthday or whatever, but I didn't know what I was making it for, so I've not put a sentiment on. Has everybody got back again? And I've made a yellow one. This one's a little bit different. I was just doing a bit of playing. Whereas this one will fold flat, and then you just pop them out to stand it up. This one doesn't fold flat, but to get it in an envelope you can just fold it like that. Hi Mum, glad you made it back. Sorry about the technical difficulties. So I'm just showing what we're going to make. So this is a little different, but I decided I didn't like this design. So it stands up on its own. And because I didn't like it, I didn't didn't finish the back, but it just needs a sentiment on. And again, it stands up and it'll go in an envelope. So that's the green one, the yellow one, and the pink one. And again, these are a little bit different. This has got a white border and this one hasn't. I just thought if I cut that out, then you could see more of the flowers. With this one, the hole's a little bit smaller. So which I can make either. Which do you like best? The border or no border? Yes, Michaela, you did buy one like this from me and you gave it me for Mother's Day. So I can either make the border or not border, Michaela. Okie dokie. So, let's get started. We've waited long enough. Will one of you text Jamie and tell him I'm back on, because he's not come back on, I don't think. So, let's get started. We need 2 pieces of card, and I've written down the measurements. So these measure 5 7/8 by 8. So we need 2 of those, and I've already scored one ready. So let's score the other one. So we're going to score at 1/2 inch. So I'm buttoning this up against the left hand side and I'm holding it tight with my fingers. So we need to score at 1/2 inch and 1 inch and 7 inch and 7 1/2. And I'll let go of it a bit then. You got Star of the Week at work. Well done, Michaela. So, let's get rid of that scoreboard. We don't need that anymore. So we fold the away from us and then towards us, so that we end up with that. We give that a good score. And then same again, fold over on the second score line, then fold the first score line towards you. Give that a good burnish. You glue that to that, and that's our card base. But we need a hole in the middle. So which one did I draw on? So I'll cut out this one that I... Hi, Ryan. You burnish it, Michaela. So I've got my piece of pattern paper and it's cut down to size, 1/4 inch smaller. So that's 5 3/8 by 7 3/4. Now I need to cut out, I'm doing a border, I am doing a border, aren't I? So I need to cut out both of these together. So I don't want anything wiggling about or moving. So I'm just going to put a little bit of this tape on the back. Just a little blob, just to stick that together. So I'll stick that on where I want it. Like that. And we need a bit of sticky, but I'm going to rub it on my hand because we want both pieces of this, so I don't want the tape to rip the paper. But to make sure that we got our border right as well, I'm going to put both these on together and centre them. You could measure them, but I rarely measure anything. So I think about there is good. So I'm going to stick the inside one down and get rid of the outside one for now. So I need a brand new cutting plate. So I'm just going to get my MIDI and pop this through the machine. There you go, you can see it now. And it's going to come out the other side. This is why I've got one arm stronger than the other. So, even though it's cutting through two pieces, that's no problem at all, because the Gemini is amazing. So I'm going to very carefully remove this middle section and very gently, so as not to rip my paper, I'm very gently tearing the tape off. So now I've got my two layers, but that where I put that tape is just a little bit sticky. So I'm just very gently ripping it. Well, that's fine, because we're gonna use that, but we're gonna use the other side, so that's fine. So let's just pop them to one side for now. So now, because we want a border, I need the bigger one to cut out another circle on this one. So again, I'm centering it as near as I can, I'm using the same bit of sticky tape, and with every time you use a folder, you flip it and rotate it, and then it stops it from going wonky. So again, I'm just going to cut out this, and then this will give us our border. So I'm using the stitch die circle. Oh, that was a bit. Stick die circle. Stitch nesting die circle. Okay, so again, carefully remove my tape, and we can get rid of those, put them in there. So now we end up with all these pieces. So this is the one sheet of paper, but we're going to use it all, so that's fine. On the front, we're just going to stick this down using Kalal all-purpose glue as usual. So I'm just going to pop a bit in each corner, a little bit along the edges. Can you see? And because when I turned it over, I did that, I'm just going to turn it back, and it should be the right way up. And we'll just stick that down. Just need to have a look, make sure it's centered. There we go, that's centered. And that's the front done for now. So I just need to give these another burnish, because when it goes through the Gemini machine, there's that much pressure that it flattens everything again. So that's our front pretty much done. Where am I going to put you? Put you there. So for the back, we are going to pop in this circle, and that's all we're going to do to that just for now. Centering it as deciding which way we want it. I think it probably goes that way. So just centering it as much as possible. Just eyeballing it, not measuring it. So that is now the middle of our card. So this is the back. So I'm just going to pop on my backing paper. It's a really easy card to make. It's the decoration that makes it special, this one. And it is a fun fold. It's an easy card to make. So I'm just using my fine tip applicator bottle. I've decided I'm going to stop trying to say precision tip applicator bottle. I'm just going to call it a fine tip. So just pop that circle in. And you see we ripped that when we took it off the thing. But if you don't tell anybody, I won't. And pop that in the middle for our sentiment. Just give that a burnish because it's gone through the die cutter and it's got a stitched edge. Can you see the stitched edge detail? It just makes it stick up a little bit. Let's give that a good press down. And now for the fun bit. So we'll just leave that over there with that to dry. So let's just make some room. Oh, I've not stuck them on. We need to stick them on. So today we're going to make some flowers. We're going to make this one, which is the Regal Rose. And I've also, this one, made these daisies. So that's this die here from Crafter's Companion, Delightful Daisies. So it's a Delightful Daisies collection, and this die is called the Blossoming Daisies. For now, we are going to make... I've lost one of my dies. No, I haven't. I just didn't put them back properly. So these dies are what we're going to be making today. So I've got two different ways to show you how to make the flowers. So I'll just pop them to one side. So we're going to make pretty pink ones. I've already made the ones to go on this card because I thought, what if they go wrong? So I'm going to fold this in half. What did I do with my... There. So we need to pop them through the die cutting machine again. So you can fold it in however many you want to. I'm going to fold this into 4 and we'll get 4 out at the same time. So with the blade down, we're going to just pop these onto our foam. This foam is Say It With Flowers 9x12 flower forming foam. And there's four colours and you get 12 pieces in that. So we're just using the pink one. I'm just going to pop them on there. Pop it through the machine. And we need the iron for this. I've got the iron on ready. Here's the iron. I'll just move it for a sec because I burnt my hand one day doing that. So you just...
Carly's on.
Hi, Carly. Yes, Michaela, you do owe Demi £3 for the bus. So even though we did 4 all at once, they pop out really easy. And this foam I'm just going to pop to one side. And you just separate them. You can actually cut 6, but you spend that long trying to separate them. It's quicker to do it in 4. And then this just separate really easy. So let's just get them all separated into the different sizes. So I've got 2 different methods to show you on how to make these flowers. Oh, I've lost a tiny one. Oh, no, it's there. Stuck to that one. And actually, while we're here and cutting, before we put the cutter away, I'll just cut some leaves. So again, I flipped my cutting plate, and I've just cut this into 3 because that's how big the foam is. Won't cut into 4, so I'm just going to pop them there. I'll just do 2 of each because I've already got some. So again, just pop it through the machine. And this is the Gemini MIDI machine that I'm using. Let's put them dies back and take out the leaves. Oh, got flowers flying everywhere. So I'll just pop them dies to one side to keep them safe. So you need a thick piece of foam and ball tools. I've got these ball tools that are all different sizes, Crafter's Companion. So there's 6 different size balls, for want of a better word. So here we bring in the iron. Let's do it so as you can see. And with the leaves are really easy. You just hold it at the bottom, minding your fingers, and you just touch it, you can't see, touch it onto the iron. And it just curls, and you just, whichever way you want it to bend, you just touch it on the iron. And there's a leaf. Again, I'll show you. You just...
Does it bend towards the iron or away from the iron?
It bends towards the heat. So I've just put that on the one side, and you see it's curled towards the heat. So I'll show you again. I'm just holding it at the bottom. And I'm just going to touch it on the iron. And to make it bend both ways, I'm just going to touch this middle bit on the iron. So that gives it a proper wiggle. So that's pointing that way. They don't have to be exact. It's just as much or as little. It's very quick to do. You want your iron on the hottest setting possible with no water in it. Make sure there's no water and no steam. So there's the leaves done. So we'll take one of our biggest ones. So this is just one because I separated them. I'm going to take a ball tool. Let's pop that there, ready. Now I'm just going to put the leaf onto the iron, roll it around a bit in the ball, let it drop off, and then pop the ball tool in the middle, and that will set it. And once these have set and cooled down, they won't go anywhere. That will stay like that until it's heated up again. So that's one done. So let's do the same thing. Just roll in my ball tool around, drop it off, open it up, and pop my ball tool in the middle. And that makes that dint in the middle. You see how it goes down in the middle. Then you put two flowers together. I might as well do it. So my glue gun's hot. Just pop a little bit of glue in the middle. And I'm offsetting the second and the first. So there we have a flower. Beautiful. So let's set that to one side. So let's make a smaller one of them. Again, popping it on the iron, drop it off. I'm using a smaller ball tool this time because it's a smaller flower. Once you get going, you can make quite a lot of them. There we go. So I'll glue them in a minute. So now we're going to make a different flower. So for this one, again, same thing. I'm going to use my big ball tool. I'm going to roll it around, roll it around, roll it around, let go, and I'm going to push my ball tool. Instead of turning it over, I'm keeping it the same way, and I'm pushing my ball tool into the middle. So instead of getting that shape, I'm now getting that shape. Let's do another one. So I'm rolling it around, off, pop it off, ball tool in the middle. Can you see all the leaves are cupping around the ball tool? And then as soon as that's set, doesn't take very long, and now that's stuck there. That won't move until it's heated up again. So let's do a smaller one of those. Push my ball tool in the middle. And that's that one done. I love making flowers, it's so relaxing. So that's them two and them two. That's done. These small ones are quite cute. I'm just going to leave that like that. Just pop them off. You have to be a bit careful with the small ones because your fingers have to get a bit close to the iron. Let's make a small one of these. So this one I'm going to turn it over so I can make a small cute flower. Smaller ball tool in the middle. And this one, turn it over. So there's many different ways that you can make different flowers to make them look different. So I've got some I've already made. I'll just make these little ones. Very quick. 1, 2, 3, off. 1, 2, 3, off. Now let's get rid of that iron. Now we've got to make these look like flowers. So I've got some stamens and a piece of wire. Hi Jamie. Oh, have a good time at Centre Parks. I'll be putting the video on YouTube too. Michaela, you want to put your Christmas list into Santa? Yes, you can. Have a good time, Jamie, at Centre Parks. So I've got a very thin piece of wire. And I need my poker tool. Where are you? It's up there. So they're going to make one flower. I've got all these little dots here. So I'm going to start off with the tiny one. I don't mind if my hair gets in camera because I've dyed it. I've got no grey hairs left. So can you see I'm just trying to find... Oh, this is difficult. I'll stick my tool in. So I found the centre and I've stuck my poker tool in the middle. I'm going to the next size layer and I'm putting my poker tool in the centre and I'm just going to pull these around. Next size, I'm going in the centre. I'm going to put another one of them on actually. Another of the second size. It's up to you how many you put on and how full that you want your flower to be. I'll do it on this one because you can see. So the middle, just poking my poker tool in. And I don't think that's quite finished, so I'm going to put this last one on. So then we have a flower. So we need to join it together. So I'm getting 3 of these stamens. These are, what they're called? Just stamens. You can buy them anywhere, most places. So I'm just going to pop them together. And with my wire, you can't see my wire. I'm going to wrap it round, and I'm going to use the wire as a needle. So I've got my stamens fastened into the middle of the wire. I'm going to find the middle of my flower, and I'm going to hold it with one finger at one side, my thumb at the other, and my fingers at the hole going through these fingers. So when I'm confident I've got it all, I'm going to pull out my poker tool. That leaves us with a hole. I'm going to thread the wire through the hole. You can do it with a needle and cotton. You don't need stamens. So I'm pulling. Oh, I'm not pulling. Oh, there we go, I'm pulling. So I'm going to pull them through so that they're through. I'm going to unhook the wire. And I'm just going to pull at the bottom to try and pull all these stamens level. So you just kind of have to guess. See, that one's sticking up. Can you see? I want them to all be level. So you have to just pull at them until they're level. So it's not that one. This is the fiddliest thing about making a flower. There we go, the last one. The last one I tried. So we've now got that going through there. And before I glue it, I'm just going to turn this, because it's moved, just to make it. And there's our flower. So I'm just going to pull it tight. So I'm pulling this and I'm pulling this. Get a bit of glue gun from your bit of glue stick from your glue gun. Pop glue around the bottom. And that's not moving anywhere now, isn't that? And that's a pretty flower. And that's a regal rose, that's called. So I'm just going to leave that there to dry. With this one, I missed it, never mind. So with this one, I'm not going to put stamens in it. I'm just going to, so there's several things you can do. You can cut a piece of card, you can cut another piece of foam. But what I'm going to do today is I'm just going to pop a little glue dot with my glue gun, tiny bit of glue, and I've got this pink gem, and I'm going to pop that, I'm going to take it off my phone so I can push it down. I'm just going to pop that in the middle. So that's that flower, and there's that flower. So using exactly the same die, I've got two different looking flowers. And I've already made some. So this has got a bit of all sorts. It's got 3 going down. It's got 1 going up in the middle with a tiny gem in the middle. This is made the same way that you just see me make this one. And I've got a few in my basket that I was playing with. So this is a daisy made exactly the same way. That's got card in the middle. And that I only just touched the edges. On this one I left it on a bit longer so that it's more curled up. And I just made a tiny little bud. Oh, you can't see. So there's a tiny, tiny little bud. Just using all the little ones and one stamen. So when I put the flowers in together, I can put different flowers and I'll just stick a tiny little bud coming out. Again, I've made a pink one. This tiny little daisy I think is my favourite. So let's get this card finished. So we've got our bottom, we've got our top. So on the first one I made, I joined the bottom to the top and then I struggled to get the flowers in. Oh, I've got a little daisy here. Oh. So with a daisy, all you do, touch the edge, turn it round, touch the edge, and that's your daisy. That's all you need to do for that. Will somebody at the end remember to turn the iron off? So I'm going to use these flowers for this one, and I've got the leaves. I'm going to use the leaves that I used before because these leaves go with this leaf in the paper. So you can do this one of two ways. You can either glue the leaf to the flower and then pop it down, or you can stick your flowers in and then arrange your leaves. So I'm going to mix this up a bit. So I've got one that's got stamens, I've got one that's with a little gem. So I'm going to stick that one down with a leaf going up. I'm going to stick this one at the bottom. Where do I want my leaf? I think I want my leaf at the bottom. So I'm just going to pop a bit of glue on the bottom of the leaf, pull up them petals and stick that in. Now that's too long, so that's easy. If you don't like something, chop it off. So I'll just put a little row of glue on the end, tuck that in, and then the flower will cover it. Bit of glue on the bottom of here. Paul's on the floor, I don't know where he's going. Oh, he's going to turn the iron off. So I'm going to leave that at that for the middle of the card. Thank you, Paul.
You're welcome.
Now we just need to put glue on this little 1/2 inch. Join our card together. Found the best way to do this is to stand it up, put a finger in the middle, finger at the end, and squash. Turn it over, finger in the middle, finger at the end, then it's level, and squash. Well, just for a bit of, oh, I just pulled it off then. I've cut these 1/2 inch strips just to put down the side, just to, I don't know, bit of added detail. So we're just going to pop that along the side just to make the side coordinate. And that's the same paper that's on the back. So let's do the other side. Oh, didn't get that one very level. Never mind, it's a homemade card. I've got a bow to put on the top. I'll just pop a bit of my glue gun glue in the top corner. Give that a squash. And I've also got, well, I've got glue gun glue all over my hands, which burns a bit. I've got 3 tiny little flowers that I'm just going to pop on this bottom corner. So a little dab of glue. There's one. As we know, we always do things in odd numbers. Apparently it's more pleasing to the eye. That's why. Well, I don't know. And that's our card finished. So again, it folds flat for an envelope, but it doesn't fold very flat. I think I'll have to make boxes for these. We'll do that on another video. I'll make some boxes for these. Turn it over. There's the back. So you can write our sentiment or happy birthday or whatever we decide. You bought some holiday clothes today. Oh, good. And there's our finished card. So again, I'll just move all my mess to one side. And I'll bring in all of my cards. So as usual, we've got number 1, number 2. You can't see that from my head. Number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. Which is your favourite? Thank you, Carly. Hope you liked your card that I made for you. So which one's your favourite? 1, 2, 3 or 4? Paul's concentrating.
Michaela likes the yellow daisies. Lots of S's at the end.
Oh.
Daisies.
Oh. 2.
2.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome, Carly. Mum, which do you like best? I think I would have thought that I'd like the pink one. Because I like the butterfly in the pink one. But I like that one that I've just made because I like the flowers better. I don't know. I think I like that one that I've just made. I'm going to go with that one. Michaela, if you want a Mother's Day card for me for next year, I'll have this one.
Kind of likes 1 and 4.
Very good. Can I have number 2 in a frame for Christmas? Maybe. I'll try and work it out. It can live in your kitchen. Oh. I don't know how I'll put that in a frame, love. I'll make you a pic. Yes. Yes. I'll make you something, darling. Is Ryan still there? Ryan, are you still there? Right, so there's my cards finished. And I really like that flower with the pink gem. But what I do is, I put them all in my basket. And then when I want to make a card and I don't know what to put on it, I just grab a flower. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I am going to go have my tea now because I've not had any tea. And I will see you on the next video. Thank you very much for bearing with me at the beginning and coming back. I don't think I'll ever get used to this technology. If you like what you see, give us a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed, then think about subscribing to the channel. And if you press the notification bell, you will get... Hi Lou! If you press the notification bell, you'll get notified every time I try and do a video. I think next week I'm going to say live at 7:10, and then that gives me time to go on, go off, go on, go off, and then be on again. So I'll see you on the next one. Thank you for joining me. Bye.